guys, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I'm going to be cooking some smothered pork chops. I'm going to be doing this the way my mom used to, and this is my absolute favorite way to do it. So right here you can see I have some pork chops that I have washed clean really good, and I'm going to be using my Uncle Steve the spicy herb, and I'm going to be using some of this Cavender's seasoning. I know that makes Chef Jeffrey happy. And I have some kitchen bouquet, some of that good old W sauce, and I have green bell pepper, onion, black pepper, and onion powder. Alright guys, so you can see I have my pork chops all seasoned up, and I'm just going to get them floured and get them in the grease. I have a little vegetable oil inside of this pan, and I'm just going to come in and put down. These are pretty big pork chops, so I'm only going to be able to get 2 of them in this pan at a time. Alright, I'm going to let that fry on one side for about 3 to 4 minutes to get a nice crust on it, and then I'll flip it over and let it cook on the other side. Alright, so let's give these a turn, and we're going to get this other side browned off, and then I'll get this one out and put in my last chop, and then I'll move on to my next step, which is going to be cooking my vegetables. Alright guys, so let's get this last pork chop out. I have all of my pork chops browned off now. And what I did is I actually discarded a little bit of that grease. And then I'm just adding my onions and bell peppers to this. And I'm just going to let these cook until they get softened just a little bit. They don't have to be completely soft. So once I let this cook for a little while, then I'll come back and add some flour to this. Alright, so now let me come in and add some flour to this. I'm just taking the flour out of the bag. This is the point where Chef Jeffrey would make his dirty flour lady joke. And I hope she's not watching my video, because she'll probably call Chef and tell him you got that little fat boy using dirty flour. Oh my god, that's just an inside joke. Some people will get it. But anyway, I just adding my flour to this and just letting the raw taste cook off some. And then I'm going to come in and add my water to this once I'm done with my flour. Okay, I'm back. Let's add some water to this and start making our gravy for it. Now I'm going to have in the description, guys, exactly how much water and flour I use in this. So always check the description. Even if I don't mention it during the video, just check the description of the video. Alright, I'm going to add the rest of that. So that was 2 cups of water. Alright, and I'm going to come in and add just a little bit more water to this. I think in total I added 3.5 cups of water, and that gave me the perfect thickness and consistency to the gravy that I wanted. So I'm just going to come in and add another 1.5 cups of water to it. Alright. Okay guys, let's add some seasonings to this gravy now. I'm going to add a little black pepper to this. Then I'm going to come in and add some onion powder. And I'm going to come in and add some of this W sauce to it. Now you want to be careful with this because this has salt in it, so you want to be careful with how much you add. And once I get that added, then I'm going to come in and add some kitchen bouquet to this, add just a little color to it. Alright, then we're just going to give that a mix. Once I get that mixed in, I'm going to come in and add some of my better than bouillon chicken paste. Now this also has sodium in it, so you want to be careful with this also because you already added that W sauce to it. Alright, so I get that mixed in, get that dissolved, and then I'm going to come and add my pork chops to this and get a top on them and just let these cook down. Alright, so I'll get a top on this, guys, and I will be back. I'm going to let it cook for about 20 minutes and then I'll be back to check it. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes actually, and I had this cooking on a medium high fire. And I just want to come in now and just give these a turn. You can see that my gravy is thickened up nicely. So I'm just going to give get my tongs and give my pork chops a turn. And then I'm going to reduce the heat to low and just let them kind of simmer for another 30-35 minutes. Alright guys, our pork chops are done. This is about after an hour cooking time. And you can see they are nice and tender. My gravy is nice and thick. Nice smooth gravy. This is my favorite way to cook smothered pork chops on the stove top. So what I'm gonna do is I have some rice and I'm just gonna fix me up a plate of this and I'm gonna give it a taste test for you guys. Now I made this kind of late at night, and you all know me with this heavy voice. It travels, and I didn't want to wake everyone up with me talking loud, so you might not be able to really hear me doing the taste test. Alright guys, we're gonna give this a taste. I know Chef would put his hot sauce on this. I'm gonna put my hot sauce on this. I'll come in with my spoon. Chef would use a fork, but I like a spoon. Okay guys, I am back. My phone decided that it was out of memory, so here I go with my taste test. See that? Oops. Mm. Mm-hmm. First things first, the Cavenders. Man, that is so good. That's the perfect mixture of flavor. That spicier Uncle Steve shake, the Cavenders, and then that chicken paste just kind of enhances everything. You might think that the chicken paste is going to give it a chicken taste, but you can still taste the pork in it. That's good. Yeah, pork chop is nice and tender. That's so good. But let's get to this part. This is the part that has that fat cap on it. That me and Chef like. That's for you, Chef. So good. Alright guys, I know that was a lengthy taste test, but it was definitely that good. But this is my last video before I start getting into my holiday menu, so start looking for those coming out Tuesday, which will be either collard greens or the cornbread dressing. I'm not sure which one yet. But if you like this video, guys, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you are new, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Cooking and Chilling with Kenny. And until next time, guys, peace.